I'm all in.
Oh my gosh, and she puts him to a decision for his tournament life.
I call.
And he calls. But he's not gonna like what he sees. And it's over right there on the turn.
River is irrelevant. That turn card, the climactic moment in this tremendous event. We have a champion. We have a World Series of Poker bracelet winner, Annette Obrestad.
The Norwegian online phenomenon has become the youngest player in the history of the World Series of Poker to win the coveted bracelet.
What made you want to all of a sudden decide to come back this year and play this main event?
Just like a lot of reasons. I guess a lot has happened to me in the last 3 years of my life. Like, not the best things, I would say. And so it's kind of just made me think, like, what do I want to do with my life? And it was a bit of a standstill where I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, what is my why? Like, what do I want to do? And I needed to get out, just do something else for a little while. And I was like, you know, I used to be pretty good at this poker thing. I live in Vegas. I might as well just try again, right? Maybe that could be fun. So no, I went to South Point and I sat down in one of the local 1-2 games. I had like 5 people recognize me the first day. Really? I was like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that.
I would have just been like, just denied it. I would be like, no, I don't know who you're talking about, you know?
That's what I should have just been like, who? Annette who?
I would have totally recognized you though, because like I remember like back in the day, you were like featured on some big cash games too, right?
I was, because I was sponsored by Full Tilt for a while, and so like they would put me into a lot of the Poker After Dark shows that they had. Some of them being cash games. Like I wasn't really a cash game player.
Oh, okay.
But given that they wanted to put me in, I was sure, I'll play. Like this is amazing. So yeah, no, I had the opportunity to play with a lot of very, very strong players.
You had like those big sunglasses, you know?
I mean,
it was like Gus Hansen, like David Benjamin, and it was just like you sitting there with like
just like a 20-year-old girl who's playing with all these people. Yeah, I mean, I look back and I'm still just like, what the hell happened?
It's crazy reminiscing those days too, because like I said, I'm also I started playing poker in 2004. I think that's probably around the same time as you,
2005, right? I think.
Yeah, but I know you started online, right? Because you were underage, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's where your screen name came from, right?
Annette 15.
Annette 15.
Because I was 15. It was so original.
Which is crazy. You're 15 years old. Like, I'm curious, how did you approach the game back then? Because obviously you had a system. Like I know there was that legendary story where like you covered your cards, right? And you won that tournament.
Yeah.
So like I'm just curious for all the people that like have no idea about this. This is like a legendary story. She basically taped over her whole cards on an online tournament, and she ended up winning the whole thing without even seeing her cards. But how did you approach the game back then? Now that you're back, you know, how do you see the transformation now?
I mean, I guess for me, like ever since I started playing, it was more about trying to figure out what my opponents had than like what I had. Because I felt like that to me was more important than being able to win a hand, was knowing where they were at. Like obviously your hand matters in certain situations, like if you have to call an all-in or something, but if you can read your opponents well, like you can make them do almost whatever you want. And I guess that's why I did well in that blind tournament, because like I would just pick on the players that were like opening too much, or you know, if people weren't 3-betting, I would be the one 3-betting all the time, just like taking advantage of what they weren't doing.
I see.
And like that tournament was not meant to be a thing. Like that was just something random that I did. I wasn't trying to prove anything to anybody. I was just literally just having fun, and I won it. And I was like, I'll post about this because like it's kind of cool, right? And it just blew up. So yeah.
I've also done that, like just now look at my cards and just see if I can, you know, get away with it. Get away with like how many hands I can get away with.
Yeah.
I know
It's fun though. It is fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to play a hand when you know you have to win it by betting.
Right.
It's like you don't have to worry about pot controlling middle pair because like you don't know what you have, right?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Like I would look back and be like, oh, damn it, I have third pair. I can't check. I can check now.
Yeah, I know.
So you played like a very exploitive style then online.
Absolutely, for sure. And I mean, obviously I just started again, so I don't know what's going to work these days. And I understand that solvers have become a huge thing, and like I haven't really played around with it myself, because I feel like that's really only going to be appropriate if you're playing as other people are doing the same thing. Like I don't see myself playing on a table with 9 other people who are just into solvers. Like how often does that actually happen? And at the end of the day, like poker is still poker, right? Like you still have to adjust to what people are doing.
Players that we play with, especially in these big fields, like they're not playing like the solvers, so it's okay. Like if you're not you don't have to memorize those charts, and you know, like I think it may be intimidating for a lot of people, like thinking like, oh, like I'm not as studied as a lot of these players, you know.
And I think that the only time that stuff is like really important is if you play with the same people over and over and over again. You play like millions of hands against them, and you have stats on each other. Like if you're sitting on a table, you're playing 100 hands with someone, and you probably never gonna see them again.
Yeah, you don't need
like
to balance.
take advantage. Who the fuck cares? Like over at the river, if you have the nuts, like you don't need to balance that with your bluffs. Like who cares, right? Like,
You said you played a little bit of like some cash games, right? Mostly tournaments back then. From what you observe, like, do you think there's any areas where a cash game player makes like major mistakes when making this transition?
I mean, probably just not being used to playing shorter stacked, and maybe like calling 3-bets too light when you have like 50 BBs because you're used to having 300, right?
Yeah.
So like you can see flops and like do things in position that you probably wouldn't even try to do in a tournament because like your chips mean so much. Like your tournament life is so important that you don't want to put yourself in spots where you have like middle pair and someone goes all in and then you're like bluff catching, you know? And it's like, you want to try to small ball a little bit, but like also not be scared to put your stack in. Like there's just like certain situations where like 3-betting against certain stack sizes becomes so important because it puts them in a really tough spot.
Yes.
Whereas in a cash game, like you don't always want to be polarized in the way that you do in tournaments.
Right.
Because like you're trying to like, you know, get value out of your good hands in cash games, which like often in tournaments you just want to make people fold.
How do you feel about the competition like so far since that you've been back and you know?
I mean,
is this your first tournament? Like
no, I mean it's my first like high buy-in tournament.
Okay.
I played a couple of like Venetian tournaments and like smaller tournaments, but I think so far I've noticed that people play a lot more aggressively pre-flop.
Yeah.
Like there are very few flops. Maybe it's just like the small sample size of tables that I've been on, but on day one, like there were stretches where I don't think we saw a flop for like half an hour, 45 minutes. It was like 3, 4, 5 every single time. So usually I'm the one playing that style, but now I'm like, maybe I need to be the nit and like take advantage of people, you know, being crazy. So that'll be interesting to see what today's table is like. It could be completely different. Like, I don't know.
Well, I hope we don't end up on the same table.
Same.
Yeah. How many chips you got for today?
189.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got plenty.
I was at the feature table on day one and I just ran like God.
You just ran like
I kept like flopping sets and boats and people were bluffing into me. I was like, this is so easy.
Yeah, they're all thinking like, well, she's not even looking at her cards, so you know, I'm just gonna tell you down.
So fingers crossed I can continue that trend today.
Yeah, but I think Annette is still gonna put it in here. It's only third pot left and she does, and now difficult situation from Scheimelt. Scheimelt is kind of hoping that maybe there's some hearts looming.
Does 9-10 of hearts track for you as a hand we beat?
For sure, he's thinking about those. He makes the call, sees the bad news.
喜欢我的影片，不要忘记按赞、订阅、打开小铃铛。